Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busting it open since 2007, and today we are going to review the man, the myth, the legend, Fisto. Master Universe, Netflix, and original Netflix series, Master Universe Revelations Fisto. Yeah, Fisto. Oh boy, what to say about Fisto? There's so many lores within about him. And again, you know, he had a small little segment within the new Master Universe Revelation show on Netflix, which in turn I felt as though didn't really do him no justice or give him his chance to shine as it should, because Fisto is a very prominent character within the Master Universe line. I've always loved him. He's always been one of my favorites. I absolutely love the fact that he had a big giant fist and he just looks like a Scotsman or something like that. I've always loved the fact that he had the red hair and everything like that. And then later on, you know, they changed up the lore with him where so he was Duncan's brother, which is Man-at-Arms' brother, or it was a possibility that he was Teela's real original father within the Mike Young Productions. But I mean, like, there's so many wonderful things that go along with Fisto. Not to mention, he is a well and seriously sought after character within the Motu Classics line, who literally can go from, I would say, like, what? I've seen him for about $300. So Fisto is one of those dudes, and I've always loved Fisto. Now, the thing about it is, growing up, when I was a kid, he was not one of the characters I had, and I always wanted him, but it was hard for me to get a hold of him. Like, where I lived at, it seemed like all the action figures that were hard for other people to get, over here in Jersey, it was easy for us to get. But like, Fisto was very hard for me. Fisto was very hard for me to get, and I've always wanted him. Now, anything after that, like with the Motu, what was that? The Master Universe 2000X line, I was able to get Fisto, and I loved that Fisto. His fist was very, very big, which I like. It actually looked like it was very menacing. Whereas so this one inside of the package looks a little bit smaller than what I anticipated, but I still love Fisto as a character. So what we're going to do, we're going to check out the box right here, bring this a little bit closer, and yeah, as you can see, you got the Fisto logo right there. It's done in a nice window box as usual. 6+ over here is the age requirement to play with this action figure. Got the logo right here that says Netflix, a Netflix original series over here, Master Universe Revelations Fisto, Mattel, and beautiful. And I mean, let me bring this back because it's clear from the light. Beautiful, and I mean beautiful box art of Fisto right there. He looks serious. I like this right here. This looks real good. Very nice box art right here. You got the legal mumbo jumbo and the barcode on the bottom with a question mark. Got some nice graphics over here, and it says Fisto, heroic master of hand-to-hand combat. Masterverse at the top right here with some more digitized, or like I would say hieroglyphic looking graphics. 30 points of articulation up at the top right there. And I think that's about it for this box. No, you got the other figures in the line. No, that's not it. What is wrong with me? Look at that. And it says Fisto, heroic master of hand-to-hand combat. Evil warriors better be hungry, because Fisto has a knuckle sandwich for them, and it's got plenty of iron in it. The man with the mighty metal fist packs enough power in his punch to rival even Eternia's strongest warriors. As one of the planet's greatest heroes, it's only fitting that he protects the royal palace from dark forces, both technological and mystical. And that's what I've always loved about the Master Universe world. It was mysticism, science, and post-apocalyptic and barbarism all rolled into one, one gigantic or wonderful story right here. You have other figures within the line. You have Fisto, Andra. Let me bring this a little bit closer right here. Point this down for you guys. You got Fisto, Andra, and Scareglow going on, and Stinkor also available. I'm loving this box art on the back. This one looks better than the last one right here. Yeah, this looks real good. And yeah, that's it. That's about it. And Mattel logo down at the bottom and some more hazard symbols over there, stuff like that. But I do like, you can see the sky sleds over there at the top. This looks really good. So what we're going to do, we're going to bust open the package and see if Mr. Fisto is worth the scratch. All right. And here we have Fisto looking cool. Looking cool. All right. And as always, I'm going to go into the accessories first. So let's bring this a little bit closer. And here he has the same sword as Triclops. all they did was just paint it a different color, or pretty much use a different color plastic right here. And I could show you real quick as an example. Yeah, all they basically did was just, they're both the same sword right here. This is when reuse comes into play. But unlike the Triclops sword, they put a little bit of silver right here, and I'm hoping that this silver paint is more durable than the one on He-Man's sword, as I mentioned in other videos. Right here along, if you look real good, they put it along the hilt, or the hilt of the sword right here. There's no coloring on the sword, but there is sculpting in it, as you can see, all around towards the bottom and along the sides right here. Exactly the same sword as Triclops. Done in a silver paint to represent the blade right there. Nice glittery, shiny paint, but not too glittery to where it comes off as being like a sequence or something like that. This is actually really nice right here. I do like the sword that came with the Motu Classics, which is absolutely great. You have these alternate hands right here, and they always do like pretty decent sculpting in the alternate hands. One so he can hold his sword right there, and he has a fist hand over there, and one right here which is pretty much in like an open hand, which I think is great that they're doing with these Motu. They should do this with more action figures, give you different hands to really get some funky poses and stuff going on, so on and so forth. And I'm really liking them. As you can see, there's some sculpted nail beds into it, and you know, some nice palm lines and everything like that. This is a nice figure. Very nice figure. Very nice figure. And that's about it for the accessories. So we're going to go into the guy right here. And I mean, I wish I had more accessories to show you guys, but that's it. And here we have Mr. Fisto, aka, you know what? He's going to be called Jeffrey. Jeffrey C. After my wonderful friend, because he's a redhead too. All right. And here we have Fisto. Now this face sculpt is off the chain right here from the door. The face sculpt is nice. Look at that. Look at that face sculpt. That face sculpt is looking sweet right there. And I'm loving the way he has like a bent nose, like he's been in fights. It's a little bit broken, or whatever the case may be, or it's been broken before. Nice head sculpt, nice hair sculpt they got going on. Eyebrows look great. Eyes look good. And everything. They may look like they're crossed, but they're not crossed. That's the way I'm holding the figure right here. And I'm loving the way they did his face right here. His face looks great. He does look like he could be related to Man-at-Arms right here, or either he is Teela's father. I like both of those stories right there, where so he's either Teela's father or a Man-at-Arms brother, which is cool right there. Now, you come on down to the chest guard, or the chest plating right here. It's done in a nice silver paint, the same paint that they did the swords with, which is kind of worries me a little bit, because that paint tends to come off after a while. And if it does, I'll just take a brush to it or get somebody to do some paint work on this Fisto. But he is using the same body sculpt pretty much. I think this one is the Man-at-Arms body sculpt, because the Man-at-Arms body sculpt is a little bit smaller than the He-Man body sculpts. So they are using different body sculpts. They may look the same, but some are bigger or smaller than other ones, which is good. So it shows the scaling difference between them. You go over here, you see the nice flesh tone that he has going on right here. And again, even his flesh tone is better than He-Man's flesh tone on the action figure. His boot, I love the color contrast that they got going on right here. At his boots right here, you got like the fur coming out at the top, which is brown, and his boots are pretty much a violet or purple, which I think is great. I think it's great. It shows like, you know, like there's a differential between, you know, like he has fur wrapped, these purple wraps around the boots. And I love the way they did the boots on here. You got the boots and the serial number. You have the hole and the serial number on the bottom right there. And you know, you got the blue, like this violet belt right here. Brown loincloth, no wash or anything in it. Not real. Yeah, it is some wash. It is some wash. They're starting to put more detail in these figures as well too, in terms of painting. And he has the same color bracelets or gauntlet on this that's on his shield, his chest guard right here. Pardon me, I was burping. Now, as far as the fist, the fist for me is a bit lackluster because of the fact that I'm used to Fisto having a big fist, and I mean a big fist. Because if you look at the 2002 line, and I just don't, the 2000X line, you literally see like he has like a vent in here. There's some mechanisms going on, and the fist is very menacing. The fist was at least like, it was big enough to let you really, it was big enough to represent the character in terms of its name. But as a whole, this is a beautiful figure. It's still a beautiful figure. I'm loving the body sculpt on it, loving the way they did the boots and everything like that. The face sculpt is out of this world. I absolutely love it. As you can see all the way around, it is absolutely beautiful. And you got like the studs coming out of his you got the studs coming out of his studs going around his the collar of his chest guard right here, or his chest plate. And yeah, you can take it off, but I'm not going to take it off because I don't feel like putting it back on. But this figure is absolutely nice. I am loving the big loincloths that they are giving these barbarians, because that's the way a barbarian's loincloth should be. You know, I mean, you know, I did enjoy the Filmation cartoon for what it was, but I mean, after a while, you know, especially as I started getting old, I was like, ugh, those are like tight furry underwear that they're wearing. This is what a loincloth should look like right here. Loving the wraps and the boots. There's no color scheme or painting going on, but if you look real good, there is a bit of wash going in and darkening going on within the wrap, so it looks really, really good. Same boot sculpt that they're giving most of the Master Universe figures right here, the ones that are pretty much like the barbarian style. Inside of the fist, right now, outside of the fist right here, you got a line that goes down it, but I mean, I don't think they went that much into, they didn't put that much detail, to me, into the fist. Do I like him? I absolutely do. I love Fisto. But I mean, like, it just feels cheap. It just looks a little like, like they just put it on there. It's not as big as it should be. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to print me up a nice bigger fist that fits into the peg, because more than likely you're going to be able to pull this off. If you whittle it around and give it a little bit of heat, you can pull this. I'm thinking, don't quote me on this, I'm thinking you can pull this off and replace it with one that will fit. There are some customizers that I know for a fact are going to do something with this. But yeah, as you can see, there's some studs going around it right here along the back of the hand of the fist right here. Even within the sculpting of the fist right here, they kind of like just like, meh, I feel as though they rushed his fist. What should have been more pronounced on him is like the least beautiful on him. But it's still nice, you know, paint scheme is nice, but the face, literally the face and the body sculpt and the shielding and the chest guard make up for the lack of detail or lack of sculpt within the fist right here. Now, as far as articulation, you can take the head all the way around like that. He's on a ball, the arms, shoulders on the ball joint right here. You can bring him up, twist him around, so on and so forth. Swivel at the bicep, double hinged elbow right here. Twist at the forearm right here, and twist at the wrist right here, but no pivoting or anything like that within the fist over here. You got a nice leg split, yet he's very tight. Thigh cuts going on, double hinged knee going on right there. Twist at the calf, toe and pivoting, you know, ankle pivoting at the ankle, no toe pivoting, pardon me. Now over here, because this has a different accessory on it other than this one, you have a swivel at the wrist. And you know, swivel and pivoting at the wrist. That's about it. That's on different. Whatever's on this side is on that side, vice versa. Only thing makes it different is the fist. Now, as far as like switching the hands out, you just simply pull them off like this. Ooh, pardon me. You plug this one in here like that, and just be very careful because they're very stiff. And I can say that these toys, you can get playtime or move time or posing time out of them for a very, very long time. Because the He-Man that I reviewed, which was like, what, I think like almost like last year or earlier this year, he's still tight. But yeah, here he is with his sword in his hand. And it looks very, very good. And yes, the joints are very, very tight on this figure. Very tight, which I like, which means it's going to stay stiff for a very long time. And you do have an ab crunch and a twist in the waist right along here, as you can see. Hopefully you guys can see it. Now, some of your ab crunch is going to be constricted due to the shielding on the outside or the chest plate right here. But as a whole, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Look at the beard. The beard looks real good. And no, they really didn't put too much. No, there's no wash or darkening or streaks in the hair or anything or highlights. But he looks good. Look at that side profile. That's a fighter's face right there. Look at that busted nose, like that nose had been broke before, but it healed back and everything. So yeah, man, this guy looks great. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some pictures of Mr. Jeffrey C. or Fisto, and I will be right back. So as a whole, I think Fisto is absolutely amazing. I'm loving this body sculpt. I don't mind them reusing the same body sculpt because these body sculpts look more realistic or more true to human form than the previous ones. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the 2000X most of all out of all of them. And I would say he's coming in at about, let me see, what is he coming in at about? Fisto is coming in at about close to 7 inches. Close to 7 inches, but that head sculpt is beautiful. Now that hand, look at it. It just looks like, I don't know. The fist just, it's not as pronounced or, accentuated as the other Fisto from the 2000X line or even the Classics line or the Origins line or whatever the case like that. Because the Classics line, you saw it was his fit. You saw the fist on Fisto. And yes, we all know a lot of He-Man characters literally have references to like little sexual things, but we won't get into that today. That'll be something for TNT Photon HQ. And here he is next to his brother, Man-at-Arms. And they look great together. Look at that. Look at that. And yeah, if you look at the face, right, it kind of looks like they could be brothers. Look, that's Man-at-Arms' face. That's Fisto's face. So yeah, man, that looks good right there. I'm liking this, man. I am liking this. I don't think Man-at-Arms liked the fact that I called him his brother. And here he is next to his, he's falling down on me. Let's see. There we go. Here he is next to his daughter, Tila. I like the fact that it's a possibility that Tila could be his daughter. I like that. They look like they are family. That looks good right there. Come on. That works right there. Here he is next to, what makes you think you can boss me around, Skyler? Beastman. Look at Beastman. Beastman look to that boy, man. And here he is next to Motu Classics, He-Man. And no, you believe it or not, I was never able to get a hold of Fisto. And Fisto looks he even looks good with the Motu Classics line. Like these toys, they make, because the Motu Classics are more of like, how can I say? They're more of the modernized version of the original He-Man series. Nothing will ever take my heart away from these right here. But these Masterverse figures, I absolutely love. And again, I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, I'm really, really liking these Masterverse figures. A lot of people, you got some people. It's this thing, for some reason, it's what I find in the Motu community is that some of them are afraid to move on or try anything new. Like, I like the Mondo figures within the Master Universe line. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I love the 2000X line of Master Universe figures. I think they're beautiful. What you find in the Master Universe figures, Master Universe line, is that they only want pretty much anything that's classic, or they only like the Motu Origins and stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of the Motu Origins stuff because I don't really like too much of the old toys. I don't. I like what they, the modernized versions of them, but I don't like too many of them old toys, if any at all. Like this right here is a Motu Origins, right? A lot of them like this. I guess it reminds them of their childhood or whatever the case may be. You're never going to relive your childhood. You're not. All you can do is have good memories. Me, myself, I'm the type of person who likes to move forward with things. So, I mean, I think these are cool for those that like them. But I mean, like, nah. This makes me feel like I'm going back to that old He-Man stuff. And I really don't like it. I don't. But yeah, this right here looks good. It looks lifelike. It looks more realistic, He has nice proportions to his body and everything like that. The face sculpt looks real. There's lines within his face. And it looks like he has kind of like a scar. If you get this figure in hand, he has like a scar going across his nose right here a little bit. Let me bring this a little bit closer. Or maybe it's the way the shadow is, but it looks like it's kind of like no, it's not a scar, but it was like, from where he got punched in the face, whatever happened to him. I'm loving his face sculpt. Face sculpt is nice. Everything is nice. I actually love the violet and brown. The color contrast looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, that brings this review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you buy a toy, fist it open.